Hello and welcome to this week's episode of What's the Crack with my mate Dino. G'day mate, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. You're all black today. That makes the two of us, so very good.
Blue.
Yes, now I've got a bone to pick with you, mate, which is why I'm wearing my skeleton watch. You sent me a watch. You said, this is right up your street. You'll love this. Absolutely, I would. And as soon as I went in, sold out. The Fossil Fantastic 4, I guess, retro watch, absolute corker. But I don't think, when was it available? You sent it me straight away.
It popped up my newsfeed and I sent it to you straight away. I didn't read anything, so you can't blame me. I'm not into that stuff. That's nothing to do with me. So I saw that. I thought, oh my God, Mick will buy this. Here you go.
Yeah, and you were absolutely right. And as soon as I clicked it, it went sold out. I went, you bastard. I wonder if you did that on purpose. But, there you go. 579 Australian, which is about, what, 375 US. I mean, normally I wouldn't look at Fossil. They're not something I look at. But then you were telling me they do quite a lot of collaborations.
Yeah, well, look again. So when you came back to me and said, that's bloody sold out. I said, oh, I'll have a quick look and see what's going on. So I looked on eBay. I think I saw it for $1,800 on eBay. So you can get into that if you want. So if it's not sold out, it's on eBay. But yeah, then I had a look at Fossil and they seem to be doing a lot of collaborations. So Deadpool. I think it's all the Marvel stuff. Again, I'm not really into Marvel, so I don't know a lot about it.
Yeah.
But
they do some Disney. They do a Mickey Mouse watch. They also do a Shelby, the racing team, which is fantastic. Our mate Rocky Russell will be into that. So yes,
they're not bad either. Fossil aren't bad. I was reading something a few months ago. I think when I was down in Melbourne actually, and I was in the Fossil store. And apparently their watches aren't that bad. So.
And it goes back to what one of the videos we put out many months ago about really these sort of watches are just feeding the scalpers. There's enough sort of nerd fanboys out there who want this watch. So make a few more. I'm sure they're not going to sit on the shelf, which surprised me. And say such a retro watch and great, unique looking. But yeah, 3 times the price. Yeah, a bit steep. Yeah. I then sent you because I was looking, and like I said, my wife's getting into a lot more into watches these days, and we're looking at various ones. And I saw these 36 millimeter Jacquie Aiche watches. She's a Beverly Hills designer. She does a lot of jewelry, but she's collaborated, as you do, with Timex, who are absolutely on their game. She does a lot of Bohemian styles, Egyptian, Native American, and comes up with, I guess, these jewelry pieces, unisex, some geared towards female, but they hit both ways, especially with the smaller sort of Neil-sized wrists. Not your cup of tea, but I thought that, yet again, I think it's Timex trying something different, and I always applaud any watch company who tries something different.
Yeah. I was going to call out your sizeism there. That you said the
small person racist.
The small person racist is also still.
My wife has gotten into watches, and here's a 36 mil when we know that that's still too big for Neil.
You've not seen them, but I'll put them up on the screen here. They're Karma range, cracking little watch, lovely little dial with the day on the top there. The other side, Timex.
You're into funky.
Last video, we didn't get time because we really wanted to give this watch, I guess, a bit more care and attention rather than just sort of skirt over it, because it's a cracking watch with a great history, lots of things to talk around it. It's the Urban Gentry Laurier. You say it, Laurier?
Laurier.
It's the Urban Gentry Laurier Merlin automatic. Merlin obviously is the engine that was in the Spitfires, made by Rolls-Royce. I know I used to work for Rolls-Royce when I used to live in the UK. $985 Australian, which is around $640 US. Absolute. I can see why you like this cracking watch. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I love it. Look, Urban Gentry, TGV. Yeah, he's my man. I love it. He was one of the first ones that I got into with the watches, him and Jody. He's been doing a few collaborations, usually with Market Long Island Watch, but he's done this one. It's a World War II watch. I was saying to you before, I've never really heard of the Weems watches, but that's what this is.
Yeah.
And it was commissioned by the British government, I guess, back in the 40s for some companies to make the watches for them. Like I'd written it down. They've got Longines, Omega, and Rolex as 3 of the 5 companies I think there was. So anyway, style of the watch, fantastic. Military tool watch, I love it. Has I think what if you look at the Urban Gentry's video on it, he's done a video on it, it's fantastic. So he's gone into the history and why he wanted to do it, because there is a family history for him as well throughout World War II. But the watch itself, I think it's got one of the first rotating bezels on a watch, which is fantastic. You see it's a friction-based bezel, but how it holds in place is that second screw on the watch. So you rotate it to wherever you want it, and then screw it in. That tightens it. Yeah. So really cool. Such an old-fashioned, I guess, way of doing it, but the first way that they would have done it. So I love it. It just looks great. It's a great wee watch. It's an automatic. I think the original he was saying was 27 mils. Couldn't do that, so he's moved it up to 37 mils. Still on the little bit on the smaller side, but doesn't look too small. In the video that he has done, looking on his wrist, looks great. Yeah, sits really well. I like it. Yeah.
Some of the things when I was looking at it, and I didn't quite understand the difference. It says it uses Hesalite crystal. Obviously, I know sapphire, I know mineral, I know acrylic. Hesalite.
Yeah, so you know Hesalite then. So Hesalite is acrylic.
Oh, is it acrylic? Oh, okay. Is it just a marketing term for? Is it better acrylic?
Well, it's the name. It's the name for it. It's a Hesalite crystal. So.
Oh, okay. And I also saw old radium superluminova. Now, radium, of course, I think can kill you.
Well, you had to use a suit.
Yeah, so it must be some sort of marketing thing, or it's obviously used in a safe manner. It's not. Don't think the watch is going to kill you. It's not. Now that leads nicely into another watch you wanted to highlight, the Revelot Flieger, one of your current favorite watches. Why?
Another watch that I'm not going to get my hands on that I like. But look, you've probably gathered my style of watch. Then it's a lot of tool watches, Fliegers especially. Love my Fliegers.
Nice looking watch.
And this is a cracker, isn't it? Like Revelot send a lot of emails to me, I think, and they seem to knock out a lot of watches. I think they're even on to their next watch. I think last night I got a new email from them on to the next one. But I love this Flieger. 42 mil, just some of the themes on it. 42 mil in size. Has the Miyota 9 series high beat in there. Really cool. Actually, if you have a look at it's also titanium as well, which bit over titanium, but still, it's still a good watch. If you have a look at how the numerals are applied on the dial, it just they sit off it. They're actually quite well. If you see how it sits on the dial, it just looks.
As you can tell from the price here, fairly reasonable for what you get. You're getting a quality watch, so it's certainly one to consider if this is your style of watch. And talking about style of watch, the next one isn't yours, but I was in the Swatch store the other day and I saw these set of watches just released by Swatch, and I instantly went back to the young ones, the punk era, Blondie, that sort of early 1980s. And funky as, very much what's in at the moment, nostalgia, especially with a lot of young people, kids nicking my clothes out the wardrobe. Some great looking watches. There's the lash out, as you can see here. There's the pierced edge, the blank check, the distort mode, very 80s, very sort of funky punky type thing. Not your cup of tea, I get it. But, watches are now, I think, are becoming, and Timex onto this, Cartier's onto this. Watches are fun and they draw in people. And then as you mature and you get older, you might pick up a dress watch, you might pick up a more expensive watch. We learned that lesson obviously from Swatch and Omega. And I think they're on to this, they're getting people into the store. They have a fantastic range of watches right through, actually, dress watches, thin watches. My wife was very impressed when we were in about a month ago. She said, wow, Swatch do some nice watches now. Yeah, there's a lot of criticism for being cheap plastic, but no, I think they've moved on now and becoming all things to all men.
Yeah, I think when it comes to Swatch, I'm pretty okay with anything being on the dial because they're pretty cool.
Yeah,
it is. Yes, it's a plastic watch, but it's a cool plastic watch. Swiss made.
Yes.
And they're known for doing funky designs and all that sort of stuff. So, like, you can pick up a plain Swatch watch, but why would you? Like, that's not what they do. That's boring. So, whilst
up on the screen, look, some of these here that you can see on the screen, cracking watches, well made, metal straps, look good. They're not quite at the luxury range yet, and maybe they will one day sort of step up. But man, the $500 to $500 mark, I think the most expensive was about 600. Nice looking watches. There's something now, I think, for everybody in there. And when you walk in the store, it used to be just cheap plastic and all those novelty watches, but I think they've got something for everybody. And I just thought these were really, really good. I looked last year, I think I mentioned that there was a cyclist watch for, with the bike spokes and things. They just seem to be a bit like Timex, trying to get that little bit for everybody. There's enough, customers out there that want them. Of course, the Omegas were still the ones that were in the display case and were selling, and they had Snoopy ones. And they were still there. But it's drawing in people. A lot of people asking questions about those when I was there. I just thought it was something that, I thought I'd highlight today. Now, following on from our video last week, we had a question in the comment section. Could you tell us the difference between Victorinox and Luminox? Are they the same company?
Well, you're going to put this on the internet, so I hope I'm right. I don't think so. My research says no. And I've been looking, because every time you do Victorinox and you're searching for that and you're looking at their watches, automatically I get Luminox chucked in there as well. So I have looked at it. Are these the same company? What's going on? Not from what I can see.
No, we can safely say they're not.
They're not. Good.
Yeah. I actually looked up, as soon as I saw the question, I looked it up and went, no, they're not. They make some similar chunky watches. For me, Luminox are sort of, they're more like the McGee G-Shocks. They make a lot like that. And you sent me one as well. You looked up a Luminox, which you like, didn't you? This one here.
The Luminox 3350. Love it. Very nice. Very nice. But look, Swiss, I'll go through what I've written down on it, but it's a Swiss tool watch. Again, tool watch, yes. Very, very similar to the Victorinox, but what they sort of, when I was reading about it, they're saying similar styles, possibly Victorinox slightly better, but then the Luminox slightly cheaper. This boy is a big boy. It's a 46 mil watch. So look at us going again, up and down, different ones. Has a titanium bezel on there, Carbonox material, which is basically supposed to be a much tougher, stronger material to use. But if you look at the black dial, I think the one that I sent you, the black dial, white hands, and orange second hand. Oh, that's awesome. Love it. No,
absolutely. I was looking at some as well. I saw the Navy SEAL range with the collaboration with Red Bull. Now, there are a lot of people liking these, for all the sort of rev heads out there. Nice watch, again, big watch, chunky watch, but nice designs. And yet again, certainly one to consider. About 1,000 Australian. One thing I've seen about Victorinox, and I said this in the video last time, and Luminox, they're often discounted. You can often get good $200 to $400 off these watches. So shop around. Okay, well, that's it for today. Thank you very much. I think we've covered a right range of watches today to suit most tastes and palates. And we'll be back next week And let's see what our emails bring us. Don't send me anything that's out of stock or sold out.
That's my job.
Be warned. Have a good week, and we will see you next time.
Thanks, Miguel. See ya.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.